Is it just me, or did YouTube switch sides? It just looks different somehow. Um, YouTube is like switching a lot of things lately. Anyway, I think I've figured out part of what was going on with me, why I was feeling so bad for about a week, for a while. Um, I think so. I feel really good when I use Ozone. Ozone is just like one of the most wonderful feelings in the world, and it reminds me of like a waterfall or something, or like I wouldn't be surprised if it has something in common with like negative ions, or I don't know, but it just feels great. It just feels this amazing combination of like getting cleansed on the inside and also getting oxygenated, having like a lot of blood flow and oxygen, and I think it makes your blood cells like not clump as much and stuff. So anyway, it feels great, but I just hadn't been feeling that way for a while, even though I was using a lot of Ozone, and I realized that it was probably that I've been trying to take care of my acne with anti-inflammatory stuff. And even though the guy on the moderator on the Ozone therapy site says you can take antioxidants like 30 minutes after using Ozone, like I find that if I take them, I just don't get as much benefit from Ozone. And at times while I've been using Ozone, I feel like a craving for antioxidants. Like sometimes I was like, wow, like, you know, when I was first starting up, maybe a couple weeks into it, I was like, gee, I really need to take some vitamin C, and then I started feeling better, you know. But I think what happens is that your body kind of gets used to you're using a lot of Ozone, and so it will upregulate its own antioxidant stuff to protect your cells. And you know, I guess it's sort of like everybody figured it out for themselves, but for my personal case, I don't think I really need to take a lot of extra antioxidants. I think my body kind of is probably adjusting to my using Ozone. And that's the interesting thing about this, is it's not a problem if your body adjusts to your using it, because the bacteria can't adjust to it. So in some cases, so I mean, the operative thing is that you're not killing. In some cases, like your body gets a tolerance for something, and it's a problem. Like if you're on antidepressants, and then you know, your brain and your neurons get desensitized, and then you have to stay on them and go on higher and higher doses. I think with Ozone, I think it's that you know, maybe your body cells get a little bit of a tolerance to it, where they can handle high levels of Ozone, but the bacteria cannot develop a tolerance to it, because I think it's just too difficult for them to resist, and it's just I don't think that they do, so I'll have to research that. But anyway, and then I don't think it should be a problem stopping it, because any times that I've like stopped using Ozone, I feel fine. The it's not like my body's like, oh my god, I'm suddenly lacking all this stuff. Like I think the body's just like, oh great, well we less of an oxidative burden now, you know, and we can relax a little bit with the antioxidants. But anyway, you guys probably know what I mean. So anyway, now I have like stopped taking the antioxidant stuff, and I'm just doing Ozone. I feel better. I feel great. I've had a really great Ozone sauna last night, where I got that wonderful feeling that you get after, where it just is like, it's like going through a car wash on the inside or something. It's just a great feeling. And then I had it this morning, I'm just like, oh wow. So but yeah, with the acne, so I had to stop using benzoyl peroxide, and now I'm trying to eat a lot of carrots for vitamin A, and a lot of raw food to help my gut flora and to decrease inflammation. And I'm just kind of finding the stuff that works for me. What's working for me right now, because my acne's gotten so much better. I'm not really using any anti-acne products necessarily. It's just diet and tea tree oil. And you know, the scarring is going down a lot too, or the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. What I think is great is washing my face with baking soda, and that's as like a gentle exfoliant, and not using any other soaps or anything, because those strip my natural oils, and my face is not very oily to start with. And then that's a good one. Using a honey mask is always great for reducing my redness on my face, but and it's also antibacterial and just good, but it gets in my hair usually, so I only do that if I'm going to take a shower soon afterward. It always gets stuck in my hair, because like always like a hair falls down, and then I have to put it back, you know, like honey all in my hair, you know. And yeah, and carrots, having more vitamin A. But what I find is really funny is actually, like, if I you think this would be like a wives' tale or something, but anyway, stress seems to make it worse, and also like thinking about sex seems to make my acne worse. And I saw a video about that. I didn't get to watch the video, but I saw the title on the video, so I'm like, gee, you know, because it does cause a lot of like hormonal changes, I guess. So kind of an unfortunate, ironic thing there, because, you know, acne is not very sexy. But anyway, and the other thing that I think was going on is that I think I was taking the D-chiroinositol, and maybe it sort of just built up over time, where I was just getting brain fog from maybe not having enough choline. Because I felt like this is not a way I've ever felt before, but I just felt like I was lacking that kind of zest that you get from choline, where you're like, oh, I want to go be smart and study things, and, you know, from acetylcholine. So yesterday, I've really cut back on the D-chiroinositol, and yesterday I took some choline and inositol, and I think the choline made a big difference for me. And I was just like, wow, I feel normal again. Like, because I was starting to feel really strange. Like, when I first started the D-chiroinositol, I was taking 600 milligrams a day, and I got like really emotional. I got a lot of brain fog, and it was really strange. It was like PMS, and when I cut back to 300 milligrams, and then I was okay, and I had the benefits without the side effects. But after like a month or so on 300 milligrams, I think it's just it's been too much for me. So I probably can't take very much of it because of my poor liver function. And so that's all. And I've got a lot to do before my trip. In a week, I'm gonna be less than a week actually. So I have all these lists and all this stuff I have to figure out, and I'm trying to make the most of the trip. It feels a little bit like a business trip, so because I have a lot of business I have to take care of there, like a lot of things I have to check out, and apartments I have to see, and just have to gain a lot of information. Because I don't know that I'm ready to make a decision about whether to move, but I mean I'll have to see how I do. But I just want to gather a lot of information about how do I do while I'm on the trip, and different characteristics of the city, so that I'll be able to think about those when I'm comparing with other places I might move. And you know, if I were to move there, where would I get certain things? If I were going to be like furnishing an apartment, or if I needed to buy work clothes there, and stuff like that. Where would I eat? Where would I get my groceries? How much do the groceries cost? And so because what might happen is that I might go there and not find a place immediately, or not want to move immediately. But if I like it, I might possibly take an apartment, like a shorter lease, sight unseen, if I can be really confident that the realtor will show me the right stuff. Because I think maybe I'd be ready to move in like February, March or so. But you know, I'll see. It might go fine, and I might just be ready to go now. So if I were going to be on my own, I think it's going to be a lot easier to move somewhere and live on my own than to live with roommates, because then it's just I'd want to be at a really, really high state of health to live with roommates, so that I wasn't a burden to them, and I didn't, you know, so, because there's just stuff where it's just good if I can focus when I'm at home, especially if I'm going to be working. It's good if I can just focus on my treatment at home, have a safe place at home. So that's what's nice about where I'm visiting. Northampton, is the rent is a lot cheaper than Boston. I could not afford a place on my own in Boston, no way. So yeah, and I wouldn't need a car there. So that would be a lot of expenses that I wouldn't have. Like, I just, if I had a car, where would I move? I think I would, I don't know, maybe like Arizona or something. But I don't know if I like that idea, anyway, I will see how it goes.